not watching Best for View TV.
What's going on? What's going on? Who do we have on Best Music TV today?
It's your boy D Will, the 59 pastor, you heard? But it's bigger than me, way bigger, you heard?
I ain't gonna lie, you're a familiar face in Rochester. I feel like everybody's seen your face for real, for real. Like, they know who you are. They've seen something that you've done in the community. Would you agree?
Yeah, because I'm a creeper. You know what I'm saying? I'm everywhere.
I'm a creeper.
If outside had a definition, that'd be me.
Definition outside.
Yeah, I just be everywhere. I don't know.
As you should. That's basically networking for real, for real. So this is your first time on my channel. For the people who don't know who you are, introduce yourself. And tell them a little bit about you too.
My name D Will. Goku, what you doing, man? Get your tail up out of here. Get him up out of here. If I throw him on this couch, this will be part of the interview. Yeah, keep that. My name D Will. I'm from the West Side, 19th Ward to be exact. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a M.O.G.
Okay. So talk about life growing up on the West Side for you, especially early on in your childhood.
Life growing up on the best side, you see that?
Into the West Side.
On the best side, I mean, it was challenging. I mean, I believe any neighborhood will be challenging. Whatever side of the city you stay on, it definitely will be challenging. Growing up, I was told I couldn't go on Genesee Street because the black mob and the G-boys.
They was going at it.
What?
See, people don't really know that history for. I mean, people know, but like you gotta be
dangerous. What? It was dangerous. But the crazy thing is, you tell a kid not to do something, what they gonna do?
They gonna do it.
I snuck my way up there. You know what I'm saying?
How was that? Especially as a kid, being like Thurston and Genesee is right there next to each. They're not next to each other, but like
parallel.
Yeah, parallel to each other, basically.
Well, so this is the crazy thing. So you mentioned Thurston. You know where I'm from, but when it comes to the West Side. I was in a lot of neighborhoods. I'm part of a lot of neighborhoods. Genesee, Sawyer, you know, I'm with Sue. You know what I'm saying? Aldine Street. I used to be on Child Line. I was in every single neighborhood. Even on Jefferson. I used the whole lie to sell heroin over there. I used to tell people I was Dog's son. I didn't even know who Dog was. I used to have heroin under the bottom of the Cadillac in them joints. What's them joints you hide the keys with? On the fridge. You put the keys in the little slot to hide the key. I used to have my bundles in that joint. Yeah, Dog's son hat. But yeah. The West Side, man. The West Side was very adventurous. Back when I was growing up though, all the kids would be together. Like almost everybody from the West Side, like my generation,
stuck together.
Yo, you would know everybody, especially because the Boys and Girls Club.
Right.
But outside of that, everybody used to ride bikes.
Right.
Man.
So you can only go like West Side. You only gonna go like the four. I call the West like a four square, like Thurston, Arnett, Genesee, and what's Child Line.
Yeah. But us, we used to take the trails. So it was adventurous, man. You know, growing up playing manhunt, all types of wild haberdasheries.
All right. What's the craziest thing you've seen or something that happened on the West Side?
Other than like bodies?
Anything you like that just stood out to that caught your attention early on?
Bodies? Yeah, bodies.
At what age would you think you seen like your first dead body?
I think I was 13.
13.
I was 13.
And what was it like? Like, did you see the shooting go on?
Nah, it's just really the aftermath.
The aftermath. How does that make you feel? Like, just you were 13-year-old, somebody just died, like they're lifeless on the ground.
I think it was traumatic.
Did that scare you?
Nah, I was just curious. The craziest thing that I saw that scared me, it was downtown. I saw two white people dead on a motorcycle with half shell helmets, and their heads was flat.
Damn.
Yeah, so that was crazy.
But
then you kind of like get numb to it.
That's crazy. So speaking, you just spoke on like Thurston and Genesee kind of going back and forth, but the West Side is like you represent the West Side for real. How was that knowing that like you represent the West Side, but there's like the West Side's not all connected? You feel me? Like there's certain parts that don't rock with each other. Cause I find it weird even to this day. Like you see certain hoods not beefing, but y'all grew up together. Y'all rep the same side of town. Like y'all share the same corner stores. Like that's dumb to beef. You ask me, in my opinion.
I think it's dumb to beef. Period.
I think it's done to be pure, but I'm talking about even close. Like, bro, you sign up for a death wish.
Like what hood you talking about?
Like say Thurston and Child.
Thurston and Child beefing?
Yeah. Well, the younger generation.
The younger generation. When I was growing up, that didn't occur. Thurston and Child was like this. Thurston and Child when I was growing up is like this. Matter of fact, shout out my boy Rambo. My boy Rambo from Thurston, and he spent most of his time on Child. It was like
that's how you see now. Like the old heads could go back and forth, but the young ones, like probably my age bracket, they got a little something going on.
That's sad. That's sad, and I believe that. Stuff like that should be ironed out before
you know what
I'm saying, before it comes to even fists. You know what I'm saying? If it has to come to fists, let it come to fists and let it stay there. But as far as the murder game, I believe that's totally out of pocket. Don't nobody need to be dying over something that could be talked about.
Right.
You feel me? Especially when hoods are so close.
Right.
Like those is like cousin hoods.
Bro, like no bullshit. Like the way I look at it, because when I'm cool with certain people, they'll probably one nigga might claim Thurston, one nigga might claim Charlotte, but they live on the same street. You feel me? That's how close shit is, bro.
Yeah, it's
like a couple houses down from each other.
It's uncomfortable.
And I just feel like that's just a sign up for a death wish, because bro, you could walk out the crib and he could, unless he could just blick you down, walk to his crib, act like nothing happened.
Yeah, that's just dumb. I think it's men, because even if we talk about the younger generation, they're still men, right?
Yeah.
It comes to I think there needs to be some maturity in the mindset, and get to a place like, yo, I'm not about to be young forever.
Right.
And outside of that, I can't be forever.
Right.
If you're be forever, you're living in an unpeaceful environment. Right. If you're unpeaceful, it's very hard to make money. Right. You have to provide, whether it's for your own family or it's for yourself. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So maturity definitely has to kick in, and us as men should definitely get to a place where we can have conversation, even if we have differences. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing that a conversation can't fix. It's nothing that, forgiveness can't fix. Right. But the first thing that, that there has to be a uprooting of, should I say, is, pride between niggas. Right.
I ain't gonna lie, I feel like a lot of shit wouldn't be that deep if it wasn't for social media. Like, social media really plays a big influence. Because now, I don't think y'all was doing it back then, but now, like, when Chief and them came out, it was a lot of violations, you feel me? Like, you might not even be a part of something, but the fact that you say you smoking such and such, it puts you in the mix now. It makes you a target.
Goofy, man. It's pride, bro. Social media brings pride. Right. Why do you think people cap so much? Right. It's to present this facade of something that they're not. Right. To stroke their pride or their ego. Or why do you think, somebody gets so crazy when they get disrespected? Because they pride. You see me get disrespected on Instagram, right? Yeah. Did I respond? No. Don't move like that. It's face to face. Like when I said in that freestyle, face to face, if ever an issue brews, I'll bring the piece or bring the piece. It's up to you how my fingers use. Like, I'm dead serious. I'm not about to play with you on the internet. Right. Because if I go back and forth with you, you get all crazy. You might not even be like that. And then you got to stand on everything you're saying, because I'm going to stand on everything I'm going to say. Right. But behind closed doors, I'm going to see you.
See, that, I ain't going to lie, and I agree with you that, because this is what I think, right? I'm not going back and forth with somebody on the internet because I want you to think it's sweet. So when I catch you or whatever the case may be, you think, oh, he not on nothing. He wasn't going back and forth. And I got the one up on you because you lacking. But if you both going back and forth, let's just say I'm not on that day. I don't really care about this rich shit. You going to be like, oh, he said this and that on the internet. I got to make sure I get him first before he gets me.
And with me, I don't even.
I'm just saying, like, that's in general. That's how I think.
Yeah, but if someone says something about me on the internet, the reason why I'm going to say something, because I don't want you to think I'm sweet at all. Because whatever you think is whatever you think. Right. And ain't gonna change that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. But all I'm doing is strategically figuring out who you are. Right. Because you keeping it going. And you just telling me everything about yourself. It's like, yeah, that's why they say gangsters move in silence. Right. And I'm not even saying I'm a gangster. Right. I was raised on a whole different code. You know what I'm saying? But
that's fine.
Yeah, man, but if people just put that pride aside, a lot of this bull crap, because that's all it is. Bull crap can be swept aside.
I swear. So boom, I think at one point in time you was a part of a crew called Thurston Zoo, right?
The zoo,
right? And then you start to separate yourself. What made you start that separation? Because I see nowadays, bro, people want to leave. I'll be like, when I have one-on-one conversations with certain artists and stuff, it's like they don't want to live this life no more, but they care about what their peers think, and that just holds them in the thing forever. So how'd you go about separating yourself?
I don't think I wanted to separate myself
or change the way you were moving?
Oh, we're gonna get to it. From friends, or even my brothers, I would say, because as a part of Thurston, we never said we was a gang. We was a unit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my big bro, IB, rest in peace. He was the one who he really explained that to me one day when I was young. IB was older than all of us, and he was like, "Yo, we not a gang. This is a unit, and you know how units move." And you know, the reason why you would say I was separated myself, it wasn't something that I wanted to do, but it was a part of a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying, that I was committing to. You know, me being a follower of Christ, you know, that came out of the blue for a lot of people. You know, but in that I needed some separation. And with anyone that wants to elevate in life anywhere, you gotta have some separation. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like fasting, right? So I will cut off some things that are feeding me, you know, when I should be focusing on this. If I want to get to a goal or something, I'm a focus. And if a part of me, you know, with my discipline and focusing is cutting things off. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it could be temporarily. You know what I'm saying? Because you can still catch me on Thurston. You know what I'm saying? But my purpose of hanging out or chilling, it'll be something totally different. Right. And then when you reach a certain maturity, and it's not a certain age, a certain level of maturity, you'll see things that are around you that it's like, yo, this ain't this ain't it, yeah. Yeah, this ain't it, man. You know what I'm saying? Son's supposed to be my man, but son's snaking me. Son's supposed to be his man, and you talking wild about him? Or you trying to set him? Oh, this ain't. You know what I'm saying? Right. I ain't signed up for this. Right. Like I'm a real friend. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can attest to the fact who's been a friend of D Will. I'm a real friend. Like I don't play that phony fake stuff, and I help out a lot. So when things are, you know, aimed my way that doesn't seem like the same type of energy that I'm giving out, I'm questionable, and I'm like, you know what?
Fall back.
Yeah, I'm over here. Right. Let me get back over here. So yeah. But yeah, I don't even know what question you asked.
I said separate yourself, but basically, like, you said you got a part of separate yourself, like maturity and growth and stuff like that. But like, this is how you making money at the end of the day. You feel me? Probably because you said you were selling whatever the case may be. It's kind of hard to like, yo, let me stop doing this because it's the money. This is where the money's coming from. You probably don't got no job. Like, how was this transition easy? Was it hard? Because
my name is D Will, not D Won't. So I wasn't your average drug dealer. Right. I had a job, dude. I worked at FedEx. One of my old bars, I said, matter of fact, you could play with yourself. I'm getting guap from 8 to 3 and got the day to myself because I worked from 8 at night to 3 in the morning at FedEx. And as soon as I got off, I was back on the block before anybody was even up. Right. So I was able to sell crack because I sold crack on Thurston. I sold weed on Sawyer. I sold weed on Genesee. I sold weed on Charlotte. I sold heroin on Jefferson. Right. So it was always a juggle. And it wasn't me like intruding people's hoods. You know what I'm saying? Because I had friends in every neighborhood and I grew up in every neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Because why? D Will's a good friend. Everybody loved D Will. I'm not coming to take over. Right. I'm just getting a piece. And it's when y'all slow down, I'ma just, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna keep stuff going.
Being that you was cool with everybody from like different hoods, and I hear oftentimes people like you playing both sides. Do you ever get that thrown at you?
You can't say D Will playing both sides. I've been friends with everybody. Even now. I'm cool with people. I'm from the West Side. Right. I'm cool with tons of people from Dewey. And nobody could. Who's gonna say anything about that? Right. And it's not me being tough. It's not me being gangster. No,
it's being yourself.
It's me who I am. Right. I genuinely love everyone. I want the best for everyone. I don't want certain energies and or sides beefing and all that. No, let's bring this to a piece. Let's bring it to a halt. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if I'm gonna show some love, I know that love can bring some type of healing. Not gonna bring all type of healing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going that healing going to want to be.
But I feel like what you're doing stuff like that and you bringing positive energy. Like let's just say somebody was willing to settle beef and like two people from opposite neighborhoods, they would be like, I trust D Will. I see you not no snake or
I did that before.
You done that?
I stopped two people from bodying each other. Word to my dad.
You want to go into that?
No, we're not going into it. Word to my dad. That's word to my dad. I got their faces. I can call. Nah.
No, don't call it.
Bruh, I stopped 2 dudes from killing each other, and it was over a girl. And best believe me, both of them was ready to go all the way.
Toe, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't want to fight or nothing. It was going straight for the kill.
That's fine. That's what really, I feel like that's what OG is supposed to do. Because nowadays I be seeing like certain OGs. I'm not trying to call you old, but you're a little bit older than. Like,
well, I'm old. Hey, it is what it is. Listen, my pastor said it the best. He said, "Yo, age." He said, when it comes to age, youth, that's a gift, but being able to grow old, that's an art.
Right.
That right there, I'm like, oh, Picasso, baby. Picasso, baby. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I embrace it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas calling me Unc and all that. Now I don't embrace that. Like, I ain't
relax with that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You call me OG, I don't care. You call me OG and all that, because at the end of the day, that's what I'm gonna act like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How the OGs we should have had.
Right.
I ain't had no proper OGs. You know, back when I was young, but there was some. And those that were the some, I took advice from that. You know what I'm saying? But now me being grown, and then, you know, my maturity and the wisdom that I have now, I'm like, yo, I can't be a container of this information. I got to be a conduit of it.
All right. So nowadays you see like OGs, like you just said, you see OGs like giving the youngest the wrong message. Like you would hear oftentimes like OG be like, yo, take this gun and blah, go do this and that. You feel me?
OG will use the youngest as pawns. That's not OGs. Those are narcissists. Those are people who are manipulating young folks to have them thinking that what they're doing is giving them some type of status.
Right.
But really they just setting themselves up and moving themselves out the way. They setting the young dudes up and moving themselves out the way.
Right. Cause and I ain't gonna lie, and I feel like a lot of times kids go that way because they feel like that's where they get in love from. You be trying to tell the kids the truth or positivity, they be like, oh, he hate me, or they don't see it, right? But I see a lot of kids listen to you.
You know why though?
Why
you see that in the hood? Like, and you gotta blame it on the parents. It's not bad parenting, it's bad parenting. You know how people will say bad parenting is you're not doing this or doing that for your kids? It's you just not being there for your kids.
Right.
You not being around. You not having no quality time. You not giving your children experience that they should experience. As a child, you should raise a child to be a child while they are a child.
Right.
Big parents these days just want to be best friends and let your kid do whatever. But really, kids just want to be loved. Kids want to feel belonged. Kids want to feel safe. You know what I'm saying? And where do they find that?
Their parents.
No.
Home.
These days they not finding that.
Oh, they're not finding it, yeah.
They finding it on the block.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, I feel like a big thing is we got children having children for the most part. They didn't even find love, so it's kind of hard to, if you didn't know what love is, how you gonna teach somebody love if you don't even know what it is, because you didn't get it from your parents, something like that. And a lot of people come from like split homes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I feel like it was the biggest thing. But I want to jump back. How do you go to transition from going from being on the block doing what you was doing to finding God? Cause you know, oftentimes people say they got God, but they're not fully invested how I see you invested in.
So nobody finds God.
Or you build that relationship, that strong relationship.
I'm gonna school you.
Right.
Nobody finds God. Everybody believe, oh, I found God. Like he was hiding somewhere.
Right.
Nah, he found you. You was the one that was hiding. We are the human beings that run from God.
Right.
We run from God every day by fulfilling the lust of our own desires, by doing what we want to do instead of submitting and being obedient to whatever it is that God may be calling us to do. You feel me? So boom, this is how this happened. Me and my wife now, Amanda, we were selling weed on Probert Street right across from
You selling weed with your wife?
Yeah.
That's what.
Listen, y'all got Amanda twisted. She got a whole attempted murder charge.
Word
to me.
Y'all ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, y'all got young twisted. Don't let this church stuff don't let it get you confused. Ask what the young one boy who was talking crazy on the internet. Like it get crazy. Yeah. Yeah, listen to SOP a couple of times. You understand the flip going on. But God bless you, bro. What I was saying. Oh, it was on Pro.
You said God found us. Yeah.
Yes.
Like God found you.
So the crazy thing is this. I got a documentary. Go watch that.
I watched that. Yeah.
It's The Man Part 1. So did you watch the?
Yeah, I watched all three.
Part 1. Okay. So I was an atheist. I'm gonna give you the short version. I was an atheist. I couldn't sell no weed one day on Harley and Jenny, and my man invited me to this lady house. I thought she was crazy. We left the house. It was a blackout. I pressed God. He pressed me back. It went nuts. I gave my life to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I went cold turkey for about like a couple of weeks. Something happened with my sister. I ended up falling back for 7 whole years. I was deliberately fighting God, like deliberately.
Oh, so it took you 7 years?
Yeah, so after I gave my life, after
when I watched the documentary, I feel like you said it was like a thunderstorm. I feel like
it was.
Then you found God. I thought you said you found it like immediately, but it took you
that was that. No, that was then.
Okay.
But after that, I fell off for 7 years.
Right.
That's when the whole Thurston. That's when the Thurston era started.
Right.
Thurston era started then, for 7 whole years. So after that, we were selling the weed on the east side, and I had a job still then too. I worked at factory jobs. Don't ever work in the warehouse job. Oh my God. My boy Money Mac calls me from Miami and said, "Oh man, we got the album release party. Come down." It was me, Larry Love.
That's what I'm gonna ask you about later too.
Larry Love, V.I., Helly. We all went down to Miami. KO, everybody, we went down to Miami for the album release party. I think they went down there to see DJ Khaled. They went down there for DJ Khaled. See, people don't even know the history of music in Rochester.
That's where we got.
People was almost on.
But we got to do a documentary. I was about to say, I be hearing Larry Love's name, but I don't know nothing about him.
What? Larry Love?
But like, somebody just told me about a guy named ID. My last name, I never heard of ID before.
ID? Yeah, Sam. He passed away a couple years ago.
See, yeah, somebody got to do a documentary on them guys.
Somebody has to, because Rochester has a very strong musical history.
Yeah.
Like how you was talking about the beef situation, right?
Yeah.
Like there was beef. Like Uwie was beefing with Poundz, right?
I don't think no Poundz is. I know Uwie. I heard his name.
So Uwie is Uwie V, Unique, the Panamanian prick. And then Poundz. You don't know the white rapper Poundz? The big Poundz got the 448 chain. He killing it right now. What was wrong with y'all? But the crazy thing, me and Poundz is cool. And we used to be beefing back in the day.
Right.
Me and Poundz is cool. I've been to Poundz house. You know what I'm saying? Like, these young dudes need to know. Like, yo, you ain't gonna be young forever.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it's a disconnect between, like, the older crowd of music and the younger crowd of music. Because, like...
It is.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. There's certain guys like V.Cianni that's keep it kind of connected. You see him work with Perco. You see him 38. And
Blaze.
Yeah, Blaze.
That's my dog. I knew Blaze since Blaze was, like, 11.
Right. See, he one of the guys that's keeping that, like, the older and younger crowd. You too, you feel me? But not as far as doing songs with people, but, like...
I got some songs with some young boys coming out.
Oh, that's not...
Me and Perco gonna have something. Me and Rich Baby gonna have something. Me and Shy the Realist already started something.
Okay.
What's his name from Jenny?
Chizzy.
Nah, I ain't talking to Chizzy, but me and Chizzy, that's easy. Me and
Find the Poop?
Pooh. Me and Pooh about to have something.
Yeah. Crazy, yeah.
Me and Flames Malik might have something. I raised Flames Malik since he was flock age. Ask him. I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. Yeah, but go ahead. We was talking about the God situation.
Yeah.
So boom, I fell back for 7 years. We went to Miami. It was the most terrible time of our lives, bruh. We in the penthouse. There's no food. I had like explosive diarrhea the whole trip. Me and Amanda fighting the whole time. We outside the club mansion. We about to go in. We get in the argument. I slap a bush, bruh. The whole leaf go through my finger, bro. It was crazy. I don't know what the flip going on, bro. And the crazy thing, I ain't been I haven't been back to Miami. I didn't go back to Miami for like over 10 years after that. That whole situation. I said, I'm never coming back to Miami. Miami is the most terrible place in the world. But right before then, my mom would call me every Sunday. I'm like, yo, you coming to church? I'm like, I ain't coming to church. What I need to come to church for? I got money. I don't need God. Don't ever say that. Cause boy, I came back broke. I came back so broke. My landlord stole my re-up money. All the money that I took down there, I done spent it all. All the weed that I had in the crib, all gone. I came back one day late for my job. They fired me.
Damn.
And my landlord expected my rent. She gonna evict me. What I'm gonna do? Call the police and say, "Oh, my landlord robbed me of my and then I couldn't prove it. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of had an idea, so I had to move back in with my mom. Move back in with my mom, and I ain't had nothing to do on a Sunday. I ain't even had no more work. So I'm like, I might as well go to church. Just pull up to the church just for something to do. And every time I pull up to the church, bruh, I felt so like wrong because it's not like I ain't know who God was. I was running from God on purpose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You try to hide. You know you're not what you're not doing. You know what you're doing is not right.
Exactly. I know who I am is not who I am.
Right.
I'm fronting, and I be in every service. I'm like crying my head off, bruh.
Are you faking it like?
Nah, I'm like really crying.
Oh.
Like definitely convicted out my mind.
What?
But this is, I'm such a fake G that as soon as I get into the parking lot, I'm rolling the L. Like, God, you thought you had one, blowing it in the parking lot. Yeah. Me and Amanda get high with the most high. But until like the third Sunday came around, and then the preacher was just like, there's somebody here right now, y'all just tired. You just tired of running. And I was, bro. I was so tired. When you know God, it's hard to kick against the prick. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, but I don't want to live like this no more. Like, I do not want to live like this no more. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know who I am. I know who he is. I know how my life is supposed to be lived out. I know what my purpose here is on this earth. Why am I faking?
Right.
And then, and I was crying again. And, he was like, if that's you, just come up here, you don't got to be tired no more. And yo, Deacon Ronnie must have come up to me and put his hand on my shoulder. He's like, D, it's time. And, I've been running ever since. Has my run been sloppy? Yeah. Have I ran outside the lines? Yeah. Have I tripped while I was running? Of course.
Right.
Because I want to allude to one of your other questions. Why do people feel like...
Yeah, because I was going to
get to that.
Okay, because
I like that question.
Boom. He comes up to you. You say you're going to church, you were running away from it. Now, me, I was somebody that grew up in a church. You feel me? Like, I grew up in a Catholic church, but my mom turned Christian sometime in my life, so I used to go Catholic. But if I was with my mom, I'm going to a Christian church. If I was with my dad, I'm going to a Catholic church. So, how I looked at
you grew up confused as hell.
But I'm baptized Catholic, you feel me?
That don't mean nothing. You want to get into that?
We can get into that too.
Yeah.
So, boom.
I'll school you.
I was a kid, and I'm basically feeling like, okay, as long as I believe in God, I'm doing right. You feel me? And then I used to go to church, and I used to feel judged right there. And I used to I used to see Christians do some certain things. I'm like, yo, they are some hypocrite stuff. So now that kind of like made me not want to go to church anymore. Being that you were somebody that's come from this lifestyle and you're going to church and these people are like basically judging you. Well, I wouldn't say judging you, but you probably...
They're
judging me. And I ain't gonna lie, I feel like in the Bible says everybody as they come or something like that, right? How did you go about making that transition to it, and how you feel like people calling Christians hypocrites?
This is a beautiful question. Because somebody gonna get set free today. So boom, definitely. When I started going to church, I wasn't raised in church.
Oh, you wasn't raised in church?
Nah. So I don't know, and still to the, I don't. That's why when you hear my music, you're like, yo, D will kind of be like, I kind of poke and stab at some traditions that churches do.
Right.
Because when I finally came to the flock, bruh, I was diving in scripture. Remember, I was an atheist. I was diving in scripture, and I would learn stuff without being taught stuff from the pulpit. Mm-hmm. The Bible says study. The Bible says study and show yourself approved. It doesn't say go to church and remember everything that they say. Mm-hmm. Because somebody could be capping off the pulpit, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to know because, the wolves be dressed in sheep clothing.
Right.
And just like you said, hypocrites. Where are hypocrites found?
Everywhere, yeah.
So why would they be excluded in the church? Why would they be excluded in the Christian community?
But we look again. I feel like a lot of young people, especially growing up, we look at the older people for wisdom and stuff like that. Then when we see you not doing what you are preaching, it's like, bro, why would I even listen to you about anything you say? Like, everything you said is questionable now.
Right.
And I feel like that kind of pushes everything away from.
What I would say to that individual is because it's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not perfect.
Right.
But the thing is, with me, you already gonna know that because I put that on the table.
Right.
I put my vulnerability on the table. Like, yo, like that's why I said, that's why I be fighting demons. No exhibition. I be wishing that the cross had grips because I be slipping. Like I would keep it dead funky. But you got these people, some people who position themselves and post up as if they don't do nothing wrong.
Right, yeah.
And it's like, yo, as soon as somebody come to me like that, I'm like, nigga, you already cat. Are you cat? You perfect, man?
Right.
You're cat.
Right.
You probably be at home beating the crap out of your wife. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and coming out of church was just and like everything's all
love
good.
your wife as you love yourself.
You beating the dog crap. But we have to understand as human beings that we're human beings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had to even come to that. Because I'm like, yo, I'm from the streets. So everything that I grew up around, we was basing that off of being real. So the same way I'm real when I was in the streets, I have to be real when I'm in the church. You know what I'm saying? That's what my faults and everything. Why? Because I'm going to have somebody younger or older that I might have to school through my testimony, not through my opinions.
Yeah.
But this is how life is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I would say, you know how people say the dumbest thing I've ever heard any nigga say, or any rapper, whatever flip they want to call themselves. They say, if you're scared, go to church. There's some gangsters in the church. I know some people in church that will whack you. But the reason why we attend so hard and we worship so hard is because we know it'll take a snap or an instant for us to just wipe something out. You know what I'm saying? I need God. The Bible says, in my weakness, he's made perfect.
Right.
That shows you that these jokers ain't perfect.
Right.
In my weakness. What did Paul say? Paul said, yo, I'm the chief of sinners. He said, hey, I'm the chief. Ain't nobody worse than me. I be feeling like that sometimes. Like, I'm the chief. I would never present myself as something that is, meant to be put on a pedestal. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't, you can judge me off my fruit. You know what I'm saying? My heart's intention is always to do right by people, but sometimes, you catch me on a bad day.
Right. You're not.
I'm not all the way there.
Right.
I struggle. I make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that God has given us enough space to not only know that we're imperfect, but in that imperfection come to the knowledge that, that's why I need him so much. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm imperfect. I'm sort of lost without him. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. I believe Christians need to be more vulnerable and more real with themselves, with their audiences. You know what I'm saying? Because we overcome ourselves with the power of our testimonies, of the things that I've been through in areas where I messed up, but still, I could find the love of Christ over my life. You know what I'm saying? I could see his favor over my life, even when I don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? And still, I could come into repentance and be like, yo, you know what? I messed up. That's even outside of the spiritual realm. That's even tangible. This is what I was talking about with the young boys. Some dudes need to be like, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was wrong.
Too much pride.
Bruh, that's pride. Why you think Saint got kicked out of heaven? Pride.
So now me ask you this, right? With God finding you, right? There's a lot of religions out here. There's Christian, there's Muslim, there's Buddha, and stuff like that.
Do this?
It's Muslim, right? Why did you feel like? Because even in some of the things I hear, I be feeling like, okay, I respect this from the Muslim standpoint, and I respect this from the Christian standpoint. I respect this from the Catholic standpoint. What made you feel like that Christianity was the way to go? Because you're still finding God, so you're still like learning about yourself. You're still learning which way is right and which one is wrong. No disrespect to other religions.
No smoke.
Yeah.
No smoke. So, remember, coming from atheism, I studied every belief.
Okay.
Studied every belief. Because I'm like, there's something. There's something out here that's bigger than me. There was a lot of similarities. And in those lot of similarities, I've noticed one thing that is certain with us human beings, that we're a sinful race. The human race is a sinful race. We lust after things that like we go to the commandments, right? Like, oh, they made the rules. It's like, nah, not really. It's like, don't touch a hot stove. Oh, well, I can't touch a hot stove. Now you're burnt, bro. like what sense do you have to make out of thou shalt not murder? Well, why?
Why?
It's like, it's a chain of events.
Now you're facing 20 years and now you're crying, but he told you not. Not
and now another family is hurt and generations are messed up. You got curses that come behind that, and there's all these things. It's like if I look at the commandments from a father's perspective and not from an almighty, and not to dilute who he is, but as an almighty being, but if I look at it as a father's perspective, it's like, oh, it do make sense. You know what I'm saying? This makes sense. But this is where it came down to us being a sinful race. There was no atonement for my sin. Where was my forgiveness? You know what I'm saying? And if we look into even in the Old Testament, right? Even in the Muslim faith, right? There's an atonement for sin, but the atonement of sin was always blood sacrifice. Adam and Eve, they went against God's will.
He ate the apple and when he told him not to. Oh, Eve ate the apple and God told her she shouldn't.
Whatever the fruit was, she ate it. And then gave it to Adam. Now we got all these circumstances all these consequences that come behind it. All of a sudden they can see their nakedness, right?
Right.
They see their nakedness and want to be covered. They got some fig leaves, but in the end they end up having to kill what? An animal to create clothes. That's bloodshed. Right. Now when it comes to the remission of sin, there's bloodshed. They would kill an unblemished lamb and sprinkle the blood on the mercy seat of the covenant. I mean, on a mercy seat of the Ark of the Covenant. I'm giving y'all stuff y'all don't even know about.
Well,
all I'm gonna say is Google away, Google away. But there was always bloodshed. So when you think of Christ, Yeshua, he died for the remission of sins of the whole world. On the Day of Atonement, a priest will come and do that with a unblemished lamb, a lamb without spot, wrinkle, or fault, right? For the sins of the world. Then a man comes into the earth, does the same thing, lives a life unblameless. You couldn't say, oh, he did this. Nah, I ain't did nothing. But came to bring back a relationship that was ruptured because of somebody else's decisions. Blood slain. Now there's remission of sin. So when you look at other beliefs, where's the remission of my sin? Where's the atonement? Is it just in me saying I'm sorry? Where's the blood? Where's the sacrifice? There's no sacrifice. When I talk to my Muslim friends, right? I talk to my Muslim friends, and the Quran and the Bible are very symbolic. And the Quran speaks of Yeshua himself or Jesus a lot. And this is the conversation I have. I'm like, yo. I said, yo, Jesus was on the cross, right? He said, nah. Because they believe in Jesus as a great prophet. Right. One of the greatest. Now, can a prophet lie? Would you be called the greatest prophet if you lie? No. Never said Jesus lied. Jesus said that he was the son of man. He said he was the son of God. Would he lie? If he said that and y'all believe he was a liar, he wouldn't call himself a prophet. Right. And then why would he be crucified in the Quran as well? Right. For the remission of sins of everybody. But they said this is what I had learned. Not only from the Quran, but from my Muslim brothers. It was like, nah. See, what happened was Allah had deceived the people. Allah tricked the people to make them think that Jesus was on the cross. He just put a lookalike on the cross. I said, deceive the people? Deception? God moved in deception?
Nah, I can't agree with that.
If that was the case, I wouldn't want to serve that type of God that would deceive me. Right. You feel me? Right. And it's no disrespect. It's no smoke. It's just, this is what it says. Right. This is what it says. And I go off of what it says. And that was the no for me. And then everything else just didn't make sense. Right. You know what I'm saying? The Buddhists and Krishna and all that, it was just vibes. Right. It's just all vibey. And I need something tangible. I need something real. And the fact that I had a real experience with God from the documentary, right, that sealed everything for me.
So let me ask you this. Why do you feel like when people go to prison, it's like they strong on turning Muslim?
The same way people join gangs. Sense of belonging. Everybody want to belong with something, bro.
Because I always be hearing people go to prison. They're like, yeah, I started reading the Quran, and then like I just started like relating to me, and then you see it.
And the Quran's not a bad book.
It's not a bad book.
You definitely you can learn life skills and live a good life by that. Right. But you know, according to the scriptures that I firmly believe in, I remember when in the scripture, they was running up on Jesus like, yo, good teacher, good teacher. He's like, yo, who you calling good? It wasn't the fact that he wasn't good. He didn't want people to get it twisted, thinking that just because someone is doing something good or moving in emotion, or someone is a man of God, a leader or something, that you would mistake them as being this good creature. Like, nah. Like me, I'm filthy rags. Yeah, I do good things in the community. Yeah, I do good things for people. I'm filthy rags. Catch me on a bad day. Right. Catch me on a bad day. You'll have a lot bad to say about me.
Right. Right. So with that being, when did you make the transition over music? After you started to learn and now you started to rap gospel. Were you rapping before on some street, like when you was a street dude?
Yeah, I was nice.
It was nice. And how did your fan base accept it, or did they accept it?
I don't know. the fan base wasn't even a real thing. Like we used to pack out the Penny Arcade. What? We used to have Penny Arcade on smash front to the back. But I don't know. I think, matter of fact, the people who rock with me then, they still rock with me.
Right.
Because I think it's a respect, and they respect
not as far as that, but as far as the stuff you talk about, you know, with rappers, we want to kind of relate. So like, you know how like, well, like a lot of people deal with depression, so a lot of people listen to Rod Wave right now. You feel me? If you was to start talking about,
they really just need therapy.
No, but if you was to talk like Rod Wave to talk about some horse or something, I feel like a lot of people won't listen to him. You feel me? Because that's not what we listen to your music for. So what about you? That's what I basically asked.
I think. I don't even want to call them fans. Well, the people that support me, they kept flowing with me because they knew the old me, whether it's through my music or through, you know, passing or just knowing me, and they seen the transition. It's a different thing when somebody just talking and they just switch how they talking. But if you see the transition, because when I went to Miami and I came back, and I gave my life to, and I came back to the fold, and I rededicated my life back to Christ. People didn't see me for a long time, bro. People didn't see me for a whole 2 years. It was like I disappeared. So when people finally started seeing me again, they're like, "Yo, hold up, what's up with D Well? Like, what's this man of God stuff you talking about? Because you was just man of guns last time I seen you,
right?
Because I was they used to come in this Shiggy Shine stuff. They be robbing folks left and right. But it's like, yo. I think people respect authenticity and realness because even if you listen to my music, I don't sugarcoat nothing. I'm not sugarcoating nothing, whether it's my life, whether it's my feelings, whether it's my faith, my passions, whatever it is, I'm talking about that. And I believe people can always what was the word you look at? Relate with authenticity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where you know, the continual support from the old to the new style of music happens. And the way that the music even came was weird, bro. I ain't want to do Christian rap, gospel rap, whatever they want to call it.
Right.
I was a part of this church. This lady asked me, she was like, "Yo, can you do a poem for Easter?" And I was like, "I don't know how to do no damn poem. I know how to rap though." And I put something together. And then I rapped in front of the church, and they was going nuts. Then this dude, Randy G, comes up to me, and he was like, "Man, you need to do this for real." And I'm like, "Do what for real? I didn't even know Christian rap was a thing."
Right.
And he said, "Man, you need to do the Christian rap." And I'm like, "What?" Next time I seen him, he gave me a
business card.
No. He gave me a CD with a beat on it, and I wrote a song called "I Don't Care," where I was talking about coming into the church and feeling like everybody trying to judge me because how I look and my tattoos or my slang, and because I'm in church with ACGs on. So I think that's what had people like, "Yeah, D Will." Like, yeah. Like, I don't care about them suckers either.
Right.
So, like, yeah.
Being with your I don't want to call it gospel career, but with the rapping career, you got a record deal or a deal was offered to you?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
I got a record deal with In My City Records. That was under the umbrella of God Belongs in My City. It's a huge Christian organization where they do like they host prayer walks in mad different cities. But outside of that, well, even through that, I got I was getting an offer from Sony and all that. Yeah, man.
And you had like a charting album, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. Project M.O.G.
Project.
That's what I'm trying to re-upload right now.
Talk about that. You go from like you were just on Thurston to like God finds you, like you like to say, and then somebody told you to do a poem, but you instead wrote a rap. Now somebody offered you a CD, then you got an album on the chart. Project M.O.G. Talk about that, like that feeling. And then get an offer deals from Sony.
That was weird because I'm like, man, I ain't even trying to rap. But then you start smelling yourself. Right. You're like, man, I'm kind of nice. I'm kind of nice. When I did the song with the CD dude, I did I Don't Care. Right. I did a showcase. Artists do showcase. I did a showcase in Buffalo. I won the whole showcase. Went crazy.
It was everybody else rapping like rapper lyrics, like or you was rapping.
I don't care what they was doing.
And people was Cause I ain't gonna lie, cause I feel like oftentimes people would be like like you said, people be running away from God, so people just go the other way, especially in the industry. There's a lot of devil worshiping stuff going on.
Yeah.
Or so weird.
I believe in that aspect. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. People respect the bars, bruh.
Well, so you feel like they look okay?
Listen, I ain't one of them, and I'm not even saying this in a boastful way because I'm one of my biggest. I'm my own biggest fan.
Right.
Because after I lay something down, I listen to it like, yo, I didn't write that. I didn't
should.
write that. Like I'm in awe.
Right.
So I know what it's like on that side because I'm my own worst critic. I'm not about to put out nothing that I feel like nah, that ain't it. Because I wanted to represent God. Like,
Right.
and that's why I go so hard at how I do it. You know what I mean? So I'm already coming in there with the expectation of me smoking boots. I'm already coming in there with the expectation. I did that showcase, then I did free shows all around Rochester, created a buzz. Free show. The young cats nowadays, they don't do nothing for free. I do it all for free. Especially in my own hometown, because I want to build home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? After I built home, I linked up with Creator. Matter of fact, his name on Instagram now is WeShootFilms.
Okay, I seen that.
Yeah, you know him, the big guy.
Yeah.
He had a record label. And me and him would be in the studio and he create the beats right there off of me humming or something like that. And I dropped a song called 180. 180 was crazy in the hood. The hood was jacking it way more than the church.
Right.
Did 180 and then it just started getting me buzz on social media. It started getting big. We fell off, but I ain't stopped. You know what I'm saying? I had did this one show, and then there was my boy Mario, rest in peace, Say got murdered, and the whole Sayo had reached out to me, and they was like, yo, we need you to come do something at the hospital. I mean, Mario called me when Say got stabbed, and I felt such a burden, like, dang, why is everybody calling on me? I can't do nothing. Right. Yo, we had this big old prayer visual at Strong Hospital. I'm talking about so many young people just praying for somebody in the hospital. It was crazy. And kids ain't even go to church. Right. Ain't even go to church. You know what I'm saying? After that, I did this prayer walk up from under the rock. Had half of Rochester downtown. You got young. I'm the youngest. Like all these pastors and all that. I'm the young cat with the baggy jeans. Man, Jesus baggy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm the dude with the jewelry and tattoos, and I'm doing prayer walks downtown. Yeah. And it had caught wind all the way in New York City. With God Belongs to My City. Shout out to David Hand. Because God Belongs to My City had the biggest prayer walk in the United States of America. Mm-hmm. And they're like, nah, he ain't only out in these streets doing this. The dude got bars. They had just started a record label. It's like, yo, we want to get you, as one of the front runners. Cause they had He Sun Lee, they was gonna have Andy Mineo. Andy Mineo did the theme song for them. I don't know if y'all know who Andy Mineo. Nah, Andy Mineo, one of the most famous white rappers in the world. Andy Mineo, he got the song. I know you know the song, Coming In Hot. You know that song.
I think I heard
it's viral.
Yeah, I think I heard of it.
Coming In Hot. That's Andy Mineo. He a Christian rapper.
Oh, I do know Andy. I'm tripping. I do know him.
Yeah, you tripping. But yeah. So they signed me, and it just kept going up, man. I stayed humble. I stayed who I was. That album project M.O.G. we wrote the album and recorded it in 3 days.
3 days.
3 days. I went to New York City, shook, boy. They had just signed me. So imagine getting the deal. And they're like, all right, we're going to put out the album, your very first debut album. Boy, I'm shook. I'm like, man, I'm about to waste these people money. Right. I'm about to waste their money. Amanda called me, and she just encouraged me. She put the fire in my back. I'm like, yo, I'm about to smoke boots. We was in the studio all day, all night, 3 days straight, bro.
Locked in, working.
Locked in, and then dropped the album.
And how long did it take for it to chart?
Day one. Day one. I was over Lecrae and Kirk Franklin. They had me on the feature page. I had a whole banner. Yeah, it was lit.
And like, how did that? Like, did somebody call you and tell you that? Like, how did that?
Yeah,
go?
everybody was calling me. I started calling WDKX. They ain't want to give me no shine. They ain't want to play none of my music. I'm like, yo, you ain't gonna play my music?
I'm a
You ain't about to play my music? I'm charting right now. I'm sending them the charts, and DJ Rain telling me I'm lying. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But back then, I was beefing with WTKX dumb hard. I would be talking junk about them on my Facebook all the time. Talk about the gospel music they was playing, how they ain't doing nothing in the community, how all their music's trash. It was crazy. But it was just a misunderstanding. You know, but with how radio works, and then, you know, me as a hungry artist,
not knowing the
like,
business, yeah.
But
so it got to the point that you got a deal from Sony, which is like a major label. I feel like a lot of major artists signed. How did that come about? And when you got that deal, you wasn't even pushing for yourself at that moment. You pushed for other artists for them to look at other artists from the time.
Crazy. So I got that deal. Shout out to Jeremy Castro. Jeremy Castro was actually the CEO of In My City Records, and he was one of the head A&Rs of Sony.
Right.
So it was like
connections.
But the deal didn't go through.
Oh.
I can't even talk about why the deal didn't go through. It's some fugazi stuff. Like, the industry is so, like, bruh, dudes is dirty. There was somebody stealing bread. He at Columbia now. Stealing bread. Like, he got his own company. You need to shoot a music video? Okay, the music video gonna go through the person that I suggest, but you don't know that I'm suggesting. Put him up. I'm gonna write him an invoice, but he gonna have to pay my company 30%. Like, yo, bruh, so much money getting stolen, and you getting overcharged for the video too.
Right.
So when it's time to recoup,
you don't got
you
nothing.
ain't really getting no bread. So my man really saved me from that. But they was about to sign me, Angie Rose, Social Club, John Gibbs, KB, somebody else.
Oh, y'all was all in the same meeting?
Yes. Lathan Warwick. It was mad people. Mad people was about to get deals, bro. Sony was about to invest so much money in Christian rap, bro. It was about to go crazy. But old boy was. Well, I'm glad he didn't though. You know what I'm saying? It would have been really bad.
It'd probably been a bad situation when you. Because I just heard you say earlier you own all the masters to your music. And
Yeah,
stuff like
I probably would have owned not a master.
You make no money off.
And it'd have been bad. I'd have brought the whole hood to Sony Records. Like, I'd have brought the whole hood.
Right.
But after I did the South by Southwest festival, I had came home and everybody was bumping wanna pop me like a perky.
Lil Wes.
Little West, pop me like a perky. That's his joint when he had the velour suit on, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, yo, this nigga's nice.
Right.
And I would be so pissed because I will always see Rochester artists hit a ceiling and they would never get a voice.
Right.
Then Deanie dropped Mary Kate and Ashley. And I'm like, yo.
They got a hit.
These niggas is going crazy.
Right.
And it's not going to leave Rochester.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I called Gio Bivens. He the head A&R at Sony. I got his number. I'll call him. Like, yo. He like, D-Will, so good to hear from you. What you doing, man? I'm like, I ain't doing nothing, man. I got to come kick it with you. He said, yeah, man, come down to the doggone office. We going to kick it. I need to hear your new music. I'm like, all right, bet. So he thinking it's all D-Will.
Right.
He's excited, all D-Will. Man, I pull up with Deanie stuff and Lil Wes stuff. And I'm showing them they YouTube. And at this time, I'm learning what they look for too. Like the industry is looking for not only your views, because you could buy views.
Right.
They're looking at them comments. You know what I'm saying? They looking at the engagement. And they liking Deanie. They liking Lil Wes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they
had a kid crowd, like, for I remember being a kid.
Yeah, bro, they had it on Smash.
Right.
Then I had got a call from Omar Grant. He was the head director at BMI. He's like, yo, I was just watching your story on Instagram. You in the town? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, pull up. Bruh. And they all wanted to hear my music.
Right.
But I'm like, nah. Like, yo.
For young bulls.
Then Omar Grant, my brother KO was actually with me. He was in New York City. And I was like, yo, pull up to BMI with me. We get up there and he listens to the music. He like, D-Will. You could be the Puff Daddy of Rochester. I'm like, I don't want to be no Puff Daddy of Rochester. Like, what? I want to help these kids. Right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to. He's like, nah, I ain't mean it like that. but you should be over there managing them. He said, yo, you know the industry, you manage yourself your whole career.
Right.
You know how to do this. Help them out. So I'm like, bet. I came back to Rochester. I sat down with Mayor Lovely Warren, and then I showed her Lil Wes and Deanie. And I said, yo.
What she thought of their music?
She liked it. Sonically, she didn't care about the words too much. But sonically, she liked it.
Right.
And I'm telling her, like, yo, we need to get the city behind these kids. Because if we get the city behind these kids, because the kids are already behind them, but if we get the city behind them and have them do some community type stuff, even give them like a Little West Day or a Deanie Day, you know what I'm saying?
That'd be
to
fine.
help, you know what I mean? Like, bruh, where do you think they'll be now, bruh? With a whole city behind them.
So Lil Wes Day, Deanie Day, they legends. They did numbers that from my generation we never seen before. But like, I felt like 2017, like that was like a different era of music. Like just not done like the Sinatras, the Chizzy, the Wings, all them. You feel me?
Chizzy started it.
Yeah,
Chizzy started it, and what's his name? Treezx.
Yeah.
Treezx. I used to be his mentor. I don't call him Treezx. I call him Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I've been around. Right. But so boom, I go to Sony. I go to BMI. Come back. I talk to Lovely. Now it's time to talk to Lil Wes, and it's time to talk to Deanie. They don't even know what I'm doing for them. You know what I'm saying? I come back. Boom. I set up a meeting with Lil Wes. At the time, his aunt was managing him. And I'm like, man, I know what I'm doing, man. I'm so hyper confident in myself. It's like, bruh, let me take this over. I go have a meeting. I go have a meeting with Lil Wes at his crib, right? It's so awkward. His aunt is super cool, but Adam, LondonsWay. Adam is so like I don't even know if he knew anything about the industry. And he's like, we don't want no record deal. And I'm like, man, who is this nigga? He said, we don't want no deal. And I'm like, why do kids always say they don't want a deal?
What was London's role as far as Lil Wes career at that point?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
The manager friend, I don't know. He was protected.
Yeah,
like,
he
should. That's how he should. I respect it. Yeah. But I was so annoyed at that point. Like, what? And so I never did nothing with Lil Wes right then and there. You know what I mean? Because they thought they didn't want a deal, and I'm talking about distribution deals. That's major.
Yeah, but we go off of stuff we see on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they was like, oh, the 360 deal. Yeah. Now I take a 360 at the age of freaking 18, nigga. Is you crazy?
I feel like everybody gets their first deal is always messed up. Like
get the messed up deal
and then build a relationship.
Oh, you should have heard the arguments I had with Perco. What? Like, yo, is y'all dumb? You don't want to take a deal? You're freaking 15. How would you think you get trapped in a 20-year deal? No, if anything, you'll have 3 to 4 years.
Right.
By that time, you 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, hello? You already had money put up behind you. You don't got promoted. You don't have to pay that doggone money back. Your term is up.
Yeah, but it's about the relationships. That's at the end of the day, you build. You know who in the office, like how you say, you know certain guys, and you could call certain guys to bring to the office.
Everything.
That's what I'm saying.
So the thing with
we're going off of YouTube, like what we say YouTube rappers say, no son that deal.
Social media will mess your head up.
Yeah, social media is where we get most of our perspectives from.
You gotta do your due diligence, and you gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
You gotta really study the game. Like you just can't watch and hear. Excuse me, what other people saying? Because
everybody's situation is different, especially coming from a small market when you don't got nothing.
Believe half of what you see and none of what you heard when it comes to this industry, man. It's just dumb. And that also at the time, Deanie was signed to
Grade A
Special.
Oh yeah, TCF.
Yeah, with Trust. So that was a sticky situation. It was just I just wanted to help. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to help everybody and get everybody out. So then one day, Lil Wes posts Perco, and that's what he dropped right now. He's bouncing like a bunny the whole video.
Right now.
And I'm like, yo, who is this kid? Yo, this dude got some potential. I was mad that he was dark skinned. I'm like, dang, he don't got the potential like Lil Wes. Lil Wes light skinned. He can get up out of here.
You feel like that means something for men? Because I hear females say all the time, colorism plays a part, but I didn't think it mattered.
What? That junk matters.
For men?
Now it don't. Yeah. That junk matter. It's curb appeal. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays the culture is so shifted. You can get the craziest ugly dude and he'll pop. Because his ugly is like unique. He got a unique ugly. It's like a pug.
I feel like well, rap is probably better to be a dark skin because people look at you as tougher and then light skin. Tougher, yeah. Drake is like a light skin. That's
But listen to Lil Wes music back then.
You feel?
It was light skinned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that just worked. You know what I mean? That just worked. And then, but even look at Perco. Nowadays, like he dark skinned, but his music still work no matter what he do. Right. He can be versatile with it. Right. His girl songs, which I definitely think he should focus way more on. Them girl songs, which I think he should definitely focus way more on. Them joints go. And don't, that's the girl joints is what's gonna get you there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he could be dark skinned. The ladies love the chocolates. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, neither that. But he posted Lil Perco, and I'm like, yo, the boy. I think he was 14 at the time. I'm like, yo, this dude nice. And I ain't reach out to him.
Right before the camera cut off, you were saying how Lil Wes posted Lil Perco on his story. You discovered him from right now.
So Lil Wes posts Perco on his, I think he posted on his page. And I'm like, yo, this kid got stupid potential. And I was definitely interested in helping him out. It was crazy. Skan calls me. So Skan, when I came back from New York, I gave Skan the plan. Like, yo, this is what we about to do, bruh. I had another young dude. What's his name? He was fire. I got his music still in my phone. And he just disappeared.
At the time,
yes, bro, he was fired. Nobody knew him. Oh my God, you gonna have to pause it. I need to find this nigga music now. Yo, you probably heard it too. Damn.
What side of town?
He lived on the west. Skinny. He had a nappy fro that had turned into Dran. No, not Bank. I was Bank's youth pastor. That's crazy. I'm connected to almost everybody in the town. He had glasses.
Rapper with glasses?
Oh my God. What's this nigga name? Preme. You don't remember this nigga?
Let me show you look.
I don't got a picture of the nigga.
Time to work hard for this. Yeah. Time to work hard for this.
Nigga's fire.
I don't think I heard.
Never blossomed. Fire.
Time to work hard for this. I'm going hard in this game. Not gonna pause for this. Time to really shine and show the people my name. Got my groove on. Time
Young
to
Preme?
move on. I'm taking off for this.
Yes. I was managing him.
I didn't know he was rapping back then. I know who that is though.
Bruh, the nigga was fire, bruh.
That's what I thought you was talking about, but I didn't know he was rapping back then.
What? Yes. Before I was managing Perco, before I thought about after Lil Wes, it was Preme. So
TDL Yung Preme is his name though.
Yeah, he was fire. I'm sad nothing ever came out. Like never came.
I don't think he just built because he kind of to himself. So you feel me? I don't think he really got that stardom never hit because he was more to himself. Like you know how people got their cool and stuff. Like he didn't really have that for real.
Bruh, he had songs, boy.
He fired though.
The boy had songs. But after that, Skan called me like, yo, I got this little nigga in here. This little nigga tough. He said, man, this little nigga, he be in here rapping his head off. Like, nigga be wanting to do 5 songs. I'm like, who is this nigga? He said, he called himself Lil Perco. I said, Lil Perco? I said, oh, this the nigga, because I heard the name. I'm about to flip. But then I'm like, oh, that's the nigga that Wes had posted. I'm like, all right, bet, boom. Next thing you know, Perco hitting me in the DM. He's like, yo, I want to work with you.
I was about to say, what made you want to work with him? Cause after you seen the Dean situation didn't work out and the West situation didn't work out, and you was still doing your own thing rapping.
I was determined.
Okay.
I was determined to find the one.
Right.
I'm like, man, we gotta have one. You know what I'm saying? I was sick about the Lil West. You know what I mean? I understood the Deanie, but I was like, I gotta have one. The Preme joint ain't work. But this time, with Lil Perco, I said, oh, nah. So I pulled up, I ended up pulling up to his crib. Fazo was there. We just chopping it up just about, what y'all want to do. His mom knew who I was.
Right.
I'm known.
Right.
They like, yo, he rapping. What you doing trying to manage? Like, nah, I'm like, yo, your son got something.
Right.
And even at that time, it's just that drives me crazy. Because when I told her, she said, oh, his little rap thing, ain't nobody really take that junk serious. I'm like, no. What you mean, little rap thing? Like, nah, this dude is nice.
Right.
But, you know, as a parent, you're like, man, this is my baby. He's 14 years old. Like,
right. And we come from Rochester, nigga, small market, there's a lot of rappers.
Yeah. But not even that. You can't because, you know, like the perspective has to shift. Like the boy's aunt or cousin or something is Tweet. Perco's related to Tweet.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They blood. Like first blood. Like it ain't that far fetched. You know that your son could be a star too. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, and the crazy thing, so me and Perco, you know, we was working and, you know, it's something about kids. They're just so dumb. So Perco stopped messing with me the first time. He stopped messing with me because a song with him and Class Murder didn't come into fruition. Now the crazy thing is, like Class, that's my little bro. Mm-hmm. So he's like, oh, I want to do a song with Class Murder. He was a big Class Murder fan. Mm-hmm. I put him on the phone with Class over my crib. I got him on the phone with Perco and they chopping it up. It didn't happen. That wasn't my fault. Right. It was just, you know, circumstance. It just didn't happen. So he stopped messing with me. Then he was dealing with this other guy who will remain nameless, and I was noticing some stuff that didn't feel right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. As far as me, and this was later down the line, and I'm like, yo, I gotta snatch Perco back. Like, I'm about to start managing him, like to keep, you know, other entities away to like safeguard the situation. Right. You know, then I started getting him on the radio. You know, he was able to go in kicks and caps and just grab a fit, don't have to pay.
Nah, I gotta get around you, manage me real quick.
He was about to get his own brand of clothing. I forgot what the name of the clothing that came out at the time. They used to put paint on all the clothes, right? And they was about to give him his own line. But it was fun, you know, with Perco. The most beautiful part about the young boy, Pause, is the fact that, yo, he was hungry. Excuse me, the kid was hungry. And as long as, you know, I gave him space to be himself, bro, the dude was working. I used to have Perco in the studio every day, all night. Like, yo, you gotta do your homework first. Like, maybe he's still a kid. Do your homework. Yo, did he clean his room? Talk to his mom. Did he clean his room? Take him to the studio. He going crazy. Bro. Right. He going crazy. We had like they'll tell you, Bebo, Fazo, man, we studio all night. These niggas sleep in the studio. Like little babies sleep. Like it was like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Right. That's how it was. But it was, you know, it was a beautiful situation. And I'm just glad that I was able to, you know,
be a part of the journey.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's bigger than me. Mm-hmm. You know, if it wasn't for that whole situation, the whole way bigger movement vibe, it wouldn't even been a thing. Right. That way that even came up was crazy. Shout out to Beach Boy.
Why'd you stop at Perco? Because after that, it was like once y'all kind of went your own ways and stuff. Yeah. What made you stop? Like because you said you wanted to be the Puff Daddy roster.
No, I didn't want to be.
Oh, they said you could be the Puff Daddy.
They said I could be. Yeah. And I knew that I had the potential to do anything I set my mind to. Right. I ain't want to. I feel like I exhausted so much energy in his eye that it was like, man, I ain't doing this again. Is you crazy? I felt like, yo, I just proved the point. Right. I could do this. And can't nobody outdo me in doing this. Right. Like, we did all that with no bread.
That's fire.
We ain't use no bread.
Just connects to
photo shoots. It's all about your network. Your network is your net worth. Yeah. My resources is ridiculous. I built strong relationships with people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To the point where it's beneficial on both parts. You know what I'm saying? I bless you, you bless me. Type of situation. Like, yo, let's just become part of this vision. Let's build this.
We both win at the end of the day.
We all winning. Right. We all winning. You know what I'm saying? Right. In a situation like I ain't gained no bread from none of that. Right. I ain't gained no bread from none of that. But what I did gain was a self of like a sense of like, yo, like I had to pat myself on the back. Like, yo, I set out to help this young man. You know, my whole heart was behind helping him, seeing him get somewhere. And to look back and then look
See
at
how
it
far
now,
he came?
bruh, I'll be blessed every time. Yeah, post them.
Right.
Post them. And Zai won't post me. Zai won't post none of my stuff. He won't post. I can't wait till you see this. And I'll be calling the person like, yo, why you don't post me, nigga? Why you don't post me? Like I ain't never did nothing for you, boy. Oh, nah, big bro. You know I got you. That's my little bro, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was never a business situation.
It was a family.
It was family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like a coach. You know, you the modified basketball coach, and he grows up and he goes on to the next level.
Yeah.
But you was still a modified coach. You still the one to kind of introduce him to the game. That's how I kind of look at it.
Yeah, I can't wait till he hit that mark. You know what I'm saying?
It's coming. He got a connect. He got the industry connections. Now you seen him work with, with certain rappers in the industry. I seen him around Booba Hundred and what's Brody's name? Didi Osama and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's about to happen.
So that's
he
definitely
spend less time in New York and more time everywhere else. But because he has proven that he could smash the New York scene.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I believe the world needs to see his versatility.
Right.
You know
Goes
what I'm
like
saying?
a Cali or something. Go tap into that market real
The
quick.
boy is nasty. The boy could rap on any beat about any topic, any subject, and he could do it like effortlessly.
Right.
The boy got a gift.
Right.
So, you know, with the proper management, he got the right money behind him. It'll go.
It's gonna go up from. He work hard though for real. He always in the studio. Every time I talk to him, he ain't no one to be like, you know how rappers like, I don't really care for the rapper. He really want to be a rapper though. Like that's his passion.
Ask Zai who got him in this. Who put that dog in him? That studio dog in him. I'll take credit for that. Anything else, they can have that.
Right.
But that studio dog, that's the D Will.
So let me ask you this: how you feel about the scene in Rochester as far as the music? Because it's not as it was in 2017 when you had like the Pop Me Like a Perky, Mary Can't Ask You. Kind of like there's fire rappers, but I don't know if we got that hit song anymore for rappers right now.
And there's a lot of nice rappers.
And there's a lot of nice rappers too.
Like who I like the MajorLeague Polo.
Yeah, he going crazy. I seen he was in one of your videos when he was a kid or something like that, right?
He was?
Remember, was he your vid? Nah, maybe it was somebody else. I thought it was your vid. Cause he was with a Flair in your video or something.
Flair was in my video.
Yeah, he was
Two
with him.
times was jerking.
Yeah,
he was jerking.
I think he was with him in that video if I'm not mistaken. I think I had tagged him and like, yo, look up. I gotta find it.
What?
You probably don't remember. I had seen it. I'm like, he was with a Flair in the video.
That's crazy. Cause it was mad dudes who rap now was in that video. That's the crazy part. All them little crumpers and jerkers. You found them.
Yeah, cause I had tagged him in. I said that's some.
Who, the little kid?
Yeah.
That's him?
Yeah.
You lying.
Swear to God, look, I tagged him. I said, yeah.
What he said? He said that was him?
Yeah.
Oh, that is him. That's the little brother?
Yeah, that's the fellow brother, yeah.
What?
Crazy how small Rochester is.
Rochester's small.
So you got a small.
That's nuts. But yeah, bruh. Man.
You ain't know that? That's crazy.
I ain't know that.
Say, we learn something new every day.
I like that dude too. I like the little Puerto Rican dude.
KGO?
Yeah, with the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he nice. He nice. Who else? Rich Baby, you know I pump Rich Baby. I pump with Beach Boy. Why I keep forgetting his son's name? That's my boy. Pooh.
Find the
Pooh. Oh man, Rochester has a great scene, and I don't think they need that one hit song. I think as an artist, people just need to stay consistent until the one song pops. The one song on one song.
Right.
But what you gonna do after that one song?
Try a couple more hits.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like. Lil Wes will tell you. I got on Lil Wes head. Like, boy, when is you a rapper? Is you a rapper? Are you a rapper? I got on Class Murder Bone just like a couple days ago.
Like he ain't dropping.
Like, yo, is you good? Is you good?
Right.
You turning into Lil Wes. Lil Wes don't fizzled out because Lil Wes went and got him some money. And the crazy thing, Lil Wes got so much.
He got music. He be going to a studio. He just don't drop.
Lil Wes got mad music.
But
mad music.
Bro, I done at the studio with Lil Wes like probably 5. I'm like, you ready to drop? He's like, yeah, I'm about to drop. I'm about to go.
And he
6 months and he don't drop.
And the crazy thing is when you do music, you have to be consistent with it or else your fans don't trust you.
Right.
Because if he drops something now, his fans gonna be like, oh.
Like it's not the same no more. You got
you got to build that trust again
right.
to where you consistent.
Right.
Like even me now, I had just released the song just to release it. I ain't even want to release that song.
But you got to build it up again.
Yeah, I'm starting from scratch,
right?
Bro. Like I'm starting from scratch.
Because there's people that were listening to you a couple years ago. They then got older, then moved on to different things. They didn't find new artists. They ain't probably not even checking for you like that no more.
Yeah.
Like, just how you think about like them people that was lit in 2018, not locally, but like. The famous Dex and stuff like that. He was probably like one of the number one artists now.
Yeah.
You got Lil Baby and stuff like that. You feel me? People that came and took that spot.
Yeah, but the famous Dex fans of that time,
they still is Dex fans.
They gonna check for him.
They gonna check.
They gonna get an alert. They gonna be like, yo, because when I drop SOP, oh, the DMs is going crazy. Like we couldn't wait. Oh my God, you're back. And then I drop John. Like, oh my God, so you're gonna. When's the album coming? I'm like, I ain't dropping no album yet. Like, let me heat up. I'm gonna single y'all for a little while. Then I'm gonna EP you.
Momentum.
And then I'll give you an album. But I got some stuff. I gotta get some stuff off my chest. I had a whole. You probably rusty.
Years. It's like you coming back from an injury real quick.
Oh! It ain't that.
No, I'm saying like it's not rusty as in that. But I'm just saying like. It's like I'm talking about getting your fan back, shows and stuff like that, getting back in the rotation.
That is definitely like
putting that back in your schedule.
Even learning the industry, learning the industry. This junk is different.
And now they can't treat you like how they would treat you back then. Because back then you were just like I want to say thirsty, but you were just eager to be in the industry, right? Now it's like I know what comes to this. You see how you got messed up with the last.
Oh, they still trying to treat me crazy. The industry is still cutthroat. Right. Like they this one dude. I ain't gonna say his name. There's one dude, he kind of big in the industry, right? Mm-hmm. So, boom, gearing up to drop SOP. I sends him the track. He like, yo, D, where you been? You back? Singing my praises. Then he said, but now you gotta prove yourself. And I'm like, what? Like, you gotta prove yourself. You know, we gotta be able to trust you. And I'm like, trust me. Like, I ain't never did nothing to make nobody get all crazy.
Right.
But as a fan, you gotta trust your artist. Like, yo,
drop some heat, provide music with us. It's like a job. It's like a job.
Exactly. Lil Baby is putting in hours. He's dropping music. Like, you're never gonna be like, oh, when is Lil Baby gonna drop?
Like, you don't give us more than 2 months without dropping. We're doing a feature, something that musically.
Right. Even Drake even said like, I ain't one of them artists that's gonna go disappearing for 4 years and then come back like. And I'm like, see, people, this our society is greedy, bruh. Like you see, I dropped one song and everybody want a doggone album.
Right?
Like, dang, you think it's that easy?
Right?
Me to come up with an album? Like, I understand that dudes these days just be rapping, but me, I concept.
You got
everything.
Bars, so everything I mean something in rap.
I substance, bruh.
Right.
Substance. You know what I mean? Like,
shout out to V.Cianni, he had been on substance.
Yeah. Shout out to Blaze, man. Like, we older, we think. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that y'all don't think, but like we be thinking. Like,
I'm glad you brought that up because we just brought up like older than you. Why you feel like it's a gap between the older crowd and the younger guy? Like we mentioned V.Cianni, he one of the people that you could see him do songs with Lil Wes Perco and then got a song with Class. You one of the people that you know what's going on both sides, but like. You just mentioned like Larry Love. And I feel like I hear his name, but I don't know who he is. If Larry Love could walk past me today, I wouldn't know who he is.
Man, tell Larry Love to rap. Larry Love need to rap.
Oh, he don't rap no more? No.
Oh. Look, and if he does,
you know,
he's like not doing it how he was doing it.
Right.
Like when we was y'all age, what?
So who were some of the top guys like when you were younger?
Larry Love, Uwie, Uwie V, Ced Black, Poundz, 38 Special. Like those was the name. Lil Eto.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Eto, yeah.
Like even dang, what's his rap name? Daniel. Son of New York. You know who that is? No. He got signed to So Def. From Rochester. Yeah. Daniel Smith.
I gotta look into it. Yeah. Homework.
Like we like it was crazy. Like we didn't have social media. Like
right.
we had MySpace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like if we had Instagram,
would have been lit.
Oh,
the doors is open.
I might not even be in the church. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
It would have been way crazier. I remember like bruh. Like it was so crazy back then. I used to have meetings with Sha Money XL.
Yeah, I know what that is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just had a meeting with Shot Money XL about Uwie V. We was about to get signed to G Unit.
You was about to get signed?
Yeah, as soon as Get Rich or Die Try and drop, man, Uwee's about to get signed to G Unit. I was Uwee's manager.
That's a fun fact. I ain't gonna lie. People gonna be crazy.
Bruh. And Uwee's dumb behind. I can't wait till he come home from jail and see this.
Oh, he doing a bit. What he do? I mean, I be hearing his name, but what's up with his situation?
Ask him.
He locked up.
He locked up. Let me call him from jail. Because I seen him liking my stuff on Instagram today. But I don't know. Free Uwie. Uwie was so dumb back then. Just like a lot of kids is dumb nowadays. There's a lot of maturing that needs to happen.
Right.
Bruh. They would send for Uwie to come down to G Unit headquarters. Office. Bruh, do you know where G Unit office is?
New York City.
Do you know exactly where it is?
Like, it's in the Times Square area?
It's in Times Square, right next to New York Times. Soon as you get off the bus trip, soon as you get off the bus, you go upstairs, go outside, G Unit's right there.
Right.
That's where I did my This Is 50 interview at. Right. Bruh, it's soon as you get out the terminal, it's right there. You go up to the 14th floor, boom. You know what this nigga do?
Don't show up.
He get off the bus and go to Harlem. I'm chilling in Harlem. And then you know what his excuse was? I'm in the hood because I'm hood. Niggas in the hood because they ain't got no choice. No, we are in the hood because we have no choice. Go to the meeting. Right. But he would never go to the meeting. And niggas never got signed. Larry Love and them went and when DJ Khaled and Dre, that's when DJ Khaled and Dre was Cool and Dre.
Right.
They was about to get a deal. Larry Love was about to be signed to DJ Khaled, to Cool and Dre. I don't know what happened with that. But it was him down there, VI and all that. People had chances.
You know what's crazy? You know what you think I gotta do? Because I'm close with you. I'm close with niggas like Smiling and shit. We gotta do like a documentary about niggas like Larry Love. Just to show like people like you ever
heard of Slap DVD?
Yeah, Rochester, yeah, but you can't find that shit on YouTube no more. Like the dude that had it on his channel,
I got his number. He got all the archives.
Like he used to be doing live from the gun and stuff like that.
Hannah, yes.
What happened to him? Why he took the videos down? I used to see some of them on YouTube.
I don't know, but listen, Smack DVD.
He gotta come back.
That's what it was, Smack DVD.
Yeah.
We wasn't Slap DVD. We was Smack DVD. Like, bruh, that was our Instagram right there. Like,
right.
that was, yo. It was crazy, bro.
We gotta get those
what a time.
We gotta get those back on YouTube. I used to watch the freestyle. I used to pull up on people and just freestyle on the block.
Just freestyle, bro.
And the video used to be like Thurston and something rapping together.
Yeah. We'd be in the back of Milton. It'd be 100 of us.
Right.
Mad purple bandanas.
Swear.
Perp gang, you heard? That's crazy.
And also, you met your friends, Malik, who you got like, you said you helped raise them or something like that?
Flames Malik. That's like my little brand new Flames Malik. Him and his brother Boom, since they was like 7 and 6.
Right.
Raised them on Aldine. I remember I tested him one day when he was young and started playing with his chain. Boy, Malik was he wasn't playing as no kid. He was trying to fight me like, you trying to take my chain? Yo, I love
Talk
Malik.
about seeing him signing BS. I just seen really see this ink the deal.
Bruh, like when you say proud, bruh, I'm so proud of bro. I love how he raps, bruh. Like I love his delivery. I love his authenticity. You could tell that, like me knowing, but for those who don't know him, you can tell that he done been through everything that he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like he different.
Right.
He different. Headshot. Oh, yo, the nigga, I love it, bruh. I love it.
But what, even 38 Special Sets, do you see what he got going on? You got LeBron bumping his music, you got Class bump. I mean, I said Class. You got KD bumping his music and stuff like that. And these are like the two of the top NBA players. And then like, and I was like, bro, he's been rapping for so long. Like I can remember him rapping.
He's been rapping since he was like 14.
Yeah, and now you see the doors. And you see the doors open. Does that kind of like talk about his success? And does that kind of influence you to keep going too? Because you see like. He's somebody that came from where you came from, and he rapped for so long, and he just took for him. It's just now for him taking him now to take off.
Yes, Special is definitely an inspiration. He should be an inspiration to any aspiring artist in Rochester. The dude is just phenomenal in his gifting, in his business entrepreneurship. It's like it's almost unmatched. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. him not only creating quality music and then creating a quality product as far as merch to come up behind it, and then his networking skills is impeccable. He's an individual who, when opportunity will meet itself, he take that opportunity head on, and that's how you gotta be. You gotta be an artist that's gonna pull the trigger and be like, if when the door's open, run through that bad boy.
Right.
Like the crazy thing, even how I did This Is 50. Like, so I was one of the first artists in Rochester on This Is 50.
I think you're the only one.
Nah, special on there.
Later on, I think, cause when I was a kid, I used to type Rochester New York on This Is 50. You're the only person that popped up.
Yeah.
At least on the YouTube channel, at least.
Oh, okay. No, I think he got a video with him too. I think a couple. I think there's more Rochester individuals on ThisIs50.com. But outside of that, I had the SOBs. I mean, was it SOB?
This is 53 ain't nothing.
Oh.
Like, if I tell you This Is 50 Rochester, you're the only person that's gonna pop up.
Oh, I'm goated.
Look.
Oh, I'm goated. Yeah, goated. Even though I know there's some other y'all on there.
But they probably made the website. You know they have a website, but it's the
YouTube
channel.
The website, the YouTube channel. I'm on the YouTube channel. Which I thought was dope. SOBs. I did the legendary SOBs. I did that with Cardi B. It was me and Cardi B, and this is right before Bodak Yellow. So
2017, 2016.
Me, Cardi B, and I forgot the dude, but Cardi B was the only memorable name. And I did my set, and I'm like, that's the brew. No, I ain't losing sleep. I'm still counting sheep with one eye open. Jack Thriller grind. Jack Thriller was in the crowd, but I ain't know that.
Right.
And then, so I did my set. There's the BET joint. There's BET showcase, and I did my set, and I'm leaving the stage, and all of a sudden somebody grabbed me like, "Hey yo!" And I'm about to snuff him. This is it's like gangster activity in the crowd. I'm the only Christian artist in this joint, bro. Right. And a nigga grabbed me like, "Hey yo!" And I'm like, and it's Jack Thriller. He like, "Hey yo man, I love you, man. I love you, man. You gotta come to the show. Come do This Is 50 with me, man." Because he told me, he's like, "Yo, D Will, you the reason why I got some butt." Because I'm like, "Man, I'm Jack Thriller." And he talked to some shorty, and then I do the bar, and he's like, "Oh, you heard? He just said the name." So it was crazy how that happened. But you know, opportunity to meet you, and then you gotta just run to it.
Right.
I remember when they asked me like, "Yo, you do a show at SOBs?" Like it's not a Christian event. And me, I always want to be outside. Right. Like, yeah, let me do it. He said, "Yo, Cardi B," and I'm like, "Cardi B." And back then she was dumb annoying. Like, I mean,
yeah, because she's loving hip hop. You feel the reality.
And the crazy thing is who she is. Shout out to Cardi B, man.
Who she is
if
back
you
then.
See this Cardi. Who she was then, that's the same person. You know what I'm saying? And I grew to love her as being, that's authentic.
Cause you didn't let the industry change. I feel like was kind of going on. We used to the gorillas in the sexy reds. You like, yo, they are who like you see them in real life. That's who they are in the music. You feel me?
I remember the music execs like, D Will, take a picture with Cardi, and I'm like, what? He's like, take a picture. She's like, "Oh, you want to take a picture?" And she was acting all, "Oh, you want to take a picture?" And then we took the pic. I seen the pic. We took the pic, and it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, the artistry in Rochester, man, has a lot of history, man. Jodeci, freaking Timberland and Magoo, Missy Elliott, Genuine used to be running up through here. Matter of fact, my godbrother and his sister Nicole, that was Genuine girlfriend.
That was wild,
bruh. I was around a lot of this. Like, it was crazy.
Now we might have to do a documentary, like a whole nother interview, and just break it down. Cause I feel like Rochester is a lot of negativity that gets told. You know, what's cool in Rochester? You know, that's the recession we have, especially my age bracket. But like, there's a lot of great history in Rochester. We just don't know about it because the stories ain't being told. You
know what people have to take in account for when it comes to Rochester? What? You gotta know what it is and respect what it is for what it is. And Rochester is nothing but an incubator city. What I say by that, this place will incubate your gift. You know what I'm saying? Will get you prepared for whatever is outside of this world. But you got to be able to
handle it here.
Yeah, you got to be able to handle it here, because this place will build you. This place will build you, and people don't realize what the value of their gift Oh my gosh, got so much gas. They won't value the they won't understand or appreciate the value of their gift or know the value of their gift until they get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If you travel somewhere and rap on a showcase.
They're gonna be blown.
Go crazy, bruh. But yeah, Rochester is definitely one of them cities.
I would put you in the Christian rapping lane, even though you got bars and stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't feel like Christian rapping has reached its peak yet. What keeps you motivated to want to keep rapping is being that, like, I wouldn't say it's as big as it could be.
What keeps me motivated to keep going?
Yeah, especially with Christian rap, or not even switching it up, because Christian rap is not as big as like you know, the other genres, like a drill music per se.
Right. I think Christian rap, Christian hip hop, CHH isn't as big as it should be or could be because of a outside perspective that it's corny. Mm-hmm. And my thing is that falls on the artist. That's our responsibility.
So you as an artist, what are you doing to change that narrative? Not like, just let them know. I see you. There might be somebody in Albany.
I'm giving pressure. But I'm dropping pressure.
How you going about this? Making sure it grows big, like reaching bigger people, new audiences and stuff. They might not be Christian.
Just being true to me. And me, you know, the reason why I do it is because I do it for the trenches. You know what I'm saying? To be that light to the trenches that I feel that I would have wanted. You know what I'm saying? The outlet, like. Not all the day I'm about to be listening to trap music or gangster music, you know what I'm saying? Because music is a movement.
Right.
I used to listen to DMX before I robbed people. I used to listen to It's Dark and Hell is Hot, nigga. So you listen, if you were to play some of the songs right now, matter of fact, I probably got it.
No, you probably can't because of copyright.
I probably got it queued up. Look at my search history. What's at the top of my search history?
DMX.
Recent plays. Recent. So if I play Get At Me Dog right now, and you're like, oh, and then I tell you a story about me robbing somebody, you're like, oh, yeah. That's crazy, D. Will. Music is a movement.
Right.
So, you know, I want my songs to be part of the soundtrack of somebody's life.
Right.
Because if I could get them, not even get them or manipulate them or move them, but if I could get them to understand,
influence them.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Influence definitely, but get them to understand where I came from and where I'm aiming to go, and to let them know that, yo, bro, I'm just like you.
Yeah,
I'm just like you.
Right.
Get right, bro.
And I feel like more people can relate to that because they're like, oh, he came from the same thing I came from. Because, you know, oftentimes I'm not trying to be racist, nothing. Like, a teacher will teach a kid something, but it's the differences. We're black and they're white. And they're like, oh, they ain't come from where we came from. But the CD will make that. I'm not even calling you a teacher, but yeah you are a teacher because you're teaching the kids the game. OG, basically.
I was a teacher too.
Yeah.
I was at Roberto Clemente beating up them kids. Shout out to school number 8.
Yeah. So yeah, to see that they'd be like, okay, they could relate to, like, oh, he was once me. He could probably wear the same shoes I was wearing at that time. He switched it up for the better. You feel me? But making a change. Let's talk about what you got going on besides music, right? You got a lot of businesses, a lot of way bigger. You feel me? That's the movement.
Way bigger, you heard? Way bigger is actually an LLC too.
Word.
It's an umbrella business consultation. Through a lot of the companies, credit repair,
car rental. How do you stay so busy with all these lanes and learning about stuff like that, especially when you got rap going on? I always say rappers say they busy. They don't got focus on their album. I
got ADD, bruh. So the Way Bigger LLC is a business consultation. That's part of, you know, my servanthood. So I believe that I was made to serve. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't get salty. If you see me working with somebody, you don't see me working with them no more. My whole intent is that I played my role and my part to get them to the next level. Right. That's part of my purpose.
Like a modified coach, like we said earlier.
Exactly, like a modified coach. Because I know I got the Midas touch. Right. If I touch it, it's gonna go gold. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's in the purpose of it going gold is for me to get a piece of it. Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, I serve my purpose.
You learn from it, you acquire, now it's time to teach the next.
Exactly. Each one teach one.
Right.
So that's the business consultation. And then I know you see 750 and Beyond partnership. with one of my homies, doing credit repair, and in that, you know, just teaching, because a lot of people are lazy. So I do Wealth Builders, you know what I'm saying? Wealth Builders organization, financial literacy program where we teach, you know, how to trade on the foreign exchange market, DIY credit repair, how to get in the real estate game, and also drop shipping.
That's fire.
So, you know, with all of that, there's some lazy people who just don't want to fix their own credit.
Right.
So I'm like, well, I'm gonna get a bag off you.
As you said.
Just get a bag off you. My mama always taught me that there's money laying everywhere. Yeah, my mom was a hustler.
Oh, or where there's a need, there's always, like, you feel me? Like,
where there's a need, there's a dollar.
Yeah.
When COVID hit, y'all watching me when COVID hit?
With the Forex stuff?
Bruh, you seen how it was going crazy? Bruh, I had every mask for sale. I made my own hand sanitizer. You ain't never seen the way bigger hand sanitizer?
Nah, I ain't see that one.
The best hand sanitizer hit the market because all the hand sanitizer was gone.
Right.
Wegmans, gone. Target, gone. So you know what I did? I bought mad 99% alcohol, rubber alcohol, and mad aloe vera. And I was in my mama's kitchen whipping it. Whipping it. I'm in the kitchen high as a cooler brown, bruh. Like, out my mind, selling jars, $30 jars, $5 jars, out my mama crib. Made 10 bands the first week of the pandemic.
Talk about that.
For mask and hand sanitizer. And gloves too, because I do a variety pack. Right. I even had Lysol too. Like, oh, bruh, I'm a hustler. And it's like, yo, it's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep the community safe. And then a lot of people like, oh, why you got all this PPE? Why don't you give something to the hospital? I gave 500 PPE to the hospital for free. I gave 500 masks, hand sanitizer. So now what?
That's the LC. Another thing that you got going on, I see you have a wife, and I ain't gonna lie, I feel like we live in a generation where social media influences a lot of stuff that's going on, and like when we look on the internet, a lot of people aren't married. You see a lot of broken homes, a lot of stuff going on. How do you keep your marriage so strong? Because it's like it's always a joy with y'all two.
Hold on, let me drink my coffee.
What's the key to a strong relationship?
It ain't always a joy.
No, but that's what y'all portray. You feel me? Other people.
I hope I don't portray that, because listen.
No, I'm not saying.
It's crazy outside. Shout out to my wife Amanda. I love her. We've been through a lot. You know, we've been together for 16 years. Been married 15 years.
You married her after 1 year?
Yeah.
You know she was the one like that?
Yeah, man. Let me keep it 100. Every man knows who the one is after four months, bruh. If you spending quality time with this individual, the crazy thing is this. Like, so me and Amanda didn't even like each other when we first met each other. I tried to bag her out. I had to Dodge Magnum. The boy, man, this is the beginning of D Will. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was 2004. I had a 2005 Dodge Magnum. As soon as 50 Cent and Game dropped the song "This Is How We Do" and the video came out, I went and got one the next day. My credit was A1. I ain't know nothing about credit. Yeah. Y'all, hey, if you got credit, don't be an idiot. Dudes from Thurston was telling me the credit was free money. So I was just getting everything. Living the time of my life, you know what I'm saying? Had 5 platinum cards. Mm-hmm. Like, boy, and I was jugging. Going crazy, you know what I'm saying? Had any woman I wanted. Prime time, D Will.
Right.
I met Amanda at MCC. I used to go to MCC to bag shorties. And she was in there looking fly. She had all this jewelry on. I was a gold digger too. Cause I don't want to deal with no girl who ain't got no money. And I wanted to have more money than me.
Right.
She had all this jewelry on. I'm like, oh, she was Puerto Rican. I'm like, ah. So I was like, yo, let me get some of them bracelets, some earrings, and you know what I'm saying? So I could make me some rings or something like that. And she looked at me so crazy, like, oh, you playing yourself. And I ain't like her from then on. And we was rapping and all that, and they used to remember, like I said, we used to have the Penny Arcade pack. Any show we had, the city came out.
Right.
And she came out to a couple of shows. Even we had a show in Buffalo. Her and her friends came out, and I was throwing mad money off the stage. And she was like, oh my God, lunch money. Like, playing me. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Right. This is when people wasn't even throwing money like that. Like, what? So then we had the one show at the Penny Arcade, and I'm in the front of the stage, and I be dancing a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I call it the peacock, cause if I see Shorty, she start copying the dead, got him. So I'm peacocking on stage, and she start doing it with me. I'm like, what? I switch it up a little bit, and she doing it too. I said, oh, it's lit. Then all of a sudden, we was beefing back then. We was beefing with Conky, and they was like, it wasn't we. It's my brother. My brother had issues with Conky, but we was always strapped. They used to call me the 59 pack. I had every gun imaginable, like, and I had a 357 on me that night. And my stupid butt, when I rap and I'm talking about a gun, I'm grabbing the gun. The gun is visible,
Right.
And all of a sudden I heard, they about to shoot on stage. Like, cause the dudes that my brother had an issue with, they was down there.
Yeah.
And they had murder beef. So I'm like, oh, it's about to get physical.
Right.
So I'm talking about people running everywhere, and I'm in the back of Penny Arcade on the deck. I'm just waiting, and who comes outside and stands next to me?
Her.
Amanda. What the flip you doing out here? You know what I'm saying? Oh, she feeling it, kid. Let me protect you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And after that, I called her homegirl Ebony, who was Juviel's girlfriend at the time. I call her, and she's like, D, will you playing yourself? I mean, I don't want to talk to you. I said, man, put her on. Give her my number, tell her to call me. And the day she called me, and she pulled up, probably that day, we chopped it up, whatever, whatnot, and we was together every day after that.
Like became your best friend.
Yeah. So then we were selling drugs together, getting into, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so that's my dog, to the point where, you know, you spend so much time with an individual, it don't take that long. They be like, you know, you had a conversation with your shorty, be like, you know, I'd marry you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got a vibe. Like, I'd marry you. And we would say that a lot. Like, yeah, I'd marry you. Like, you dope. Like,
Right.
I'd marry you. And then one day, you know what I'm saying? We got married. I ain't even proposed to her. We just got married. And that was it. But as far as strong relationship and all that, you know, communication is definitely key.
How you analyze social media influence what's going on in relationship? Because that's a big part of what's going on today. For like
Social media is fake. You gotta know what's real.
Oh yeah, probably because my generation was born in social media era too. So
Yeah, y'all born in social media era. Social media is fake.
Right.
We don't care about, and plus I don't care about what the world got going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The world is full of lies. So it's like the way that social media try to influence you to do this or do that. That junk be all cat anyway.
So
shout out to Ty Kim. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't wear none of his clothes unless you a crack baby.
Yeah, shorts.
The shorts. Fire. Yeah. Shout out to the LGBTQ community. These is for y'all.
So
Now you gotta delete that.
So you just mentioned one part of having enemies and your brother and them like having murder for certain people, and you want somebody I see walking around Rochester all the time, like and it's like everybody love you, like just because you changed,
I had some beef too.
Oh, you had beef too? I didn't know.
Yeah.
You feel me? You got some issues, but you walk around Rochester like you could drop your location. I don't feel like nobody, like right now. I feel like we could walk outside together. Nobody's gonna try nothing. How'd you get your enemies to forgive you too?
I didn't get them to. I think that was definitely. I think it was a
Because some people they be like they in this for life. You feel me? Like they don't care if it happened 30 years. They still gotta get their lick back.
I think it was. I think it was a respect thing, and not that they respect me. I think that, you know, people genuinely respect God and the fact that how authentic I was with what I was doing. Like I wasn't doing no churchy stuff.
Right.
Like it was just me loving God, loving people.
Still doing you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like one cat I robbed, right? I had robbed him. And he ain't like me. He ain't like me. He went to jail. And when he went to jail, you know, that's when my life started changing. And he came home, and I had seen him at the Lilac Festival. And you know,
That's
Lilac Festival is crazy. I seen him at the Lilac Festival. I'm with Amanda. I'm with Devani and Gianni. And I'm like, oh, y'all go this way real quick. And I'm blicked up. Not with a gun. I had my knife on me. I always keep my knife on me. So I'm like, I'm about to have to blick this nigga down.
What?
And me, this is M.O.G. D. Will.
Yeah, but you know you prepared.
what my life like, trying to get my life right. Cut from a different cloth, still got my knife right by my side like a nightlight. Like I'm dead serious. Yo, and he came up to me and I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. I'm about to sock him right now. And he's like, yo, D-Well, I just want to let you know, I respect everything that you got going on, bruh. And all that junk when we was young, yo, I forgive you. And I told him, I was there like, yo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because as a man, I feel like if I do something wrong to somebody, I have to apologize. Right. You feel me? And I have to forgive as well. Mm-hmm. One of my men snake thieved me when I was younger. Seen him in Hollywood video. And I'm thinking like, and the crazy thing, I had just left a church service. I'm like, yo, do I really forgive son? Do I really forgive son? Because how can I expect God to forgive me? I can't forgive somebody I see. Right. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody I've never seen to forgive me. Right. And I was like, yo, I really forgive.
That's big. How you expect God to forgive you? Can't forget like that's big.
You know what I'm saying? It's way bigger.
Way bigger.
So I'm like,
pause. Shit, pause. Well, we talk about. We not even talk about.
Yeah, we can't talk about God and pause, bro. That's why you going to hell. But we gonna pray for you before this joint ends. But I had as soon as I had the thought, bro, I seen son in Hollywood video. Some of y'all don't even know what Hollywood video is.
That's a video. I'm just assuming
it's like Blockbuster video, where we used to go to rent movies.
Right.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember Blockbuster.
Oh, okay. Hollywood video, and the crazy thing is, soon as I seen them, he just started smiling, and I'm thinking I'm about to have to get physical with him. I had just started working out and all that, so I'm opening up the door for a man to flex in my muscles with a small white tee on. I probably wasn't even that big, but I felt big, and I'm like, yo, and he seen me, and he's just like, yo, all that stuff from my past, yo, I apologize, and I'm like, yo, I forgive you, man. You know what I'm saying? And just let bygones be bygones. Even to this day, there's things that happen. You know, you can get beef with somebody, and it's like, yo, is it really worth it?
Right.
I forgave I'm gonna say his name, Yop. I forgave Yop.
Oh, he dissed you. Yeah.
Yop Suzy. He tried.
Yeah.
Yop Suzy was going crazy. He was violating me.
I forgot about that.
He was violating, bruh. He was violating, and it could have went somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But I had to stand my ground.
Be the OG.
I had to be, you know what I'm saying?
Like, he was trolling for the most part.
Yeah, and it over nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, you know me. And I joked on you. Like, you said something, and I just said, oh, he high. And I was just joking with him. I was just being, me. Joking. Like, if I'd have said it was you high. You know what I'm saying? And then he just blacked.
Right.
He went crazy. I tried to call him, and he just kept telling me, I'm gonna get you whacked. I'm like, yo, bro, don't talk like that, bro. Like, don't talk like that.
Like, cause now you threatening my life.
Yeah, and I could really get with you. Right. You know what I'm saying? I call fresh, like, yo, bro, what's up with son? Like, did he have a mental breakdown or something like that? And I wasn't even trying to be funny. Like, I'm
sure he was a good mentor.
Yeah, like, yo, is he good, bro?
Yeah, because I think I said was just some Rich Baby 2 or something like that around that time.
You know why? Because Rich Baby said something to him about me, like, yo, bro, fall back from D-Will, bro. Like, you think he like this church dude, but D-Will will get with you, bro. Right. Like, yo, chill out. And then he like, are you with D-Will? Oh, I'm at you then. I'm like, yo. I'm like, yeah, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Right.
And I was cool, and I thought everything was funny. He was calling me Ned Flanders and all that, and I thought that was funny.
That's funny, yeah. But when you got cool. Person on start violating the...
No, he violated my wife.
Yeah.
He started calling. That's when I wasn't playing with him. Right. And I seen him at Plugs Meet Plugs, and we could just stop that right there, because if he want to tell the story of what happened, or Fresh want to tell the story of what happened, they could do that.
Right.
But I'm all about peace and forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him win too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, we don't need none of this craziness. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
not necessary.
I would never violate you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, intentionally. If I do it on accident, I'm gonna apologize.
I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong as a man to say I'm sorry, but that will solve so many things. Just so like I'm sorry. It'll solve
so many things. But I just want, we just need to. I just want to be at peace. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't want no issues with nobody. If I offend somebody, I'm quick to apologize. Right. I'm gonna state my case at first. Like, yo, bro, I was even. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying stuff because everybody be trying to go. You a point? Are you scared? Bro, if you can go home, if you can make it home, if something's gonna stop you from making it home, why even cause that rift?
Why we about to have smoke over something stupid.
Words
You know what
that
I'm saying?
could turn to something way bigger later on.
Yeah, no pun intended.
But nah, I ain't gonna lie. I think this was a fire interview. We learned a lot about you. Feel me? We probably gonna do another part 2 because there's probably some more stuff I wanna ask you about. But man, shout out BestsPointOfViewTV for coming up and doing this interview, bro.
Shout it out, man. Best Point of View TV, man. It's nothing like it, man. What other point of view do you need? But the best.
Word.
But it's bigger than the best. Way bigger.
And we out.
Check it. Trials and tribulations, I'm just trying to live my life, hoping I make the right decisions, cause I wanna live it right. I remember nights, no sleep, feeling weaker than 7 days.